Hey, yo, what's up, K Trader? I'm in a gold long right now. Seven cons, you think that's a lot? Well, I guess from your perspective, yeah. You're comfortable trading what 1 to 2 micros? And I will say that because I trade 4 micro contracts, it does feel like a lot. But in the Apex accounts, I trade 7 micros because I got a 20K profit target that I gotta reach. So every win is 6. I think it's what 720. It's either 6 or 7. I think every loss is $180. I think. I actually forgot what this one was. I forgot the 7 contracts because I'm still searching for 90 ticks. So 90 times 7. So it's $630, and I lose 315 if I'm wrong. So congratulations on that, man. Congratulations. Uh, so I was able to. So this is actually a re-entry. This is actually a re-entry. Hopefully it'll hit my target and not stop me out. But so I was actually in it, and then it shot up and pulled back, and I just got back in long because I was like, well, this shit's stupid aggressive. We took out all time highs, I think. Did or no, we didn't. No, we didn't. Or hold on, where's my I might have took it off actually. I might have took it off. Let me see. Forgot. I think it's like what 85.7 is or 85.8. 85.8 is all time highs, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where all time highs is at right now. So look at Nas stumping. Yeah, I already have a limit sitting right there at 400 because I think that's probably where we're still bounce. Look how this range right here. Look how the Bears or the Bulls failed to break out above this range, and they broke down. They came right back at this range, and then they knocked it right back down. But I think the game plan that we talked about yesterday is still in play. This is potentially a head and shoulders pattern setting up here. Man. Oh, here. I was like, dude, where the hell's my pen? All right. So this is a potential head and pattern setting up right here. You got your left shoulder, we have your head, and we have a potential right shoulder. So I'm gonna take this trade actually. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it because I just don't think that the Bears got it in them to take out this low. It's a double bottom retest. Oh, actually, I saw something very interesting this session as well. I saw something very interesting this session. Look how much volume we already have in the market already. Look at all that volume for Asia. We already have almost 500,000 contracts being traded at market open. 400,000 contracts. Crazy. Absolute craziness. 200,000 contracts being traded with gold right now. So, I mean, this volume right now is absolutely abnormal. And this is why we're seeing so much movement during this session when we normally don't see it. But I don't think anybody's complaining. Well, I'm definitely complaining about this. Hmm. Well, it's okay. All right. Hopefully the Bulls come back in this and not stop me out. But mm, okay. So we'll see what happens here. I'm about 70% to 80% confident that this trade will be a winner. I'm about 70% to 80, maybe 77%, 75% sure that this is going to be a winner. So you're in a gold trade right now, Alfred? So K Trader, are you short gold right now? Hmm. So damn thing try to liquidate you. Yeah, gold has a very special ability of doing that. When I feel like, I mean, it's simple. I take my losses here and there, but you don't accept them losses. I mean, she'll take that account away from you for sure. She'll definitely take your account away from you. Like I said, I do not know what's fueling this move in gold. It would be nice if it doesn't stop me out. Wow, that shit missed my target. This is why I don't like Trade of 8, man. This shit missed my target by like a tig and didn't fill. I had I had the same trade going on in Trade of 8 and Ninja Trader 8. And when I tell you that my Ninja Trader 8 target got filled, but Trade of 8 missed the same target. Yeah, that's gold for you. That's definitely gold for you. Mm. Yo, congratulations on participating in that short, Cave Trader. And yeah, Alfred's right. It broke the orb high. It broke the orb low, but like I said, I think we're going to see a bounce right here. I mean, it can probably go to maybe like 390 as well. I just don't believe it's going to take out this low. I don't believe that it will do that. Actually, since we're here, I mean, the Nasdaq was kind of pathetic today. The first month of the best month of the year, September. The first day of the best month of the year, September. Uh, the market didn't show out today, and it should have. So I would say that yesterday was a about a bearish range. Yeah, I would say it was a bearish range. Uh, we had a 184 points to the downside, and then we saw a 136 point bounce. All right, so we had a red day sort of today. Well, actually, no, it wasn't showed up. It was a red day. Points to the downside, points to the upside. Cool. All right. And damn it. Wait, man. Damn it. Damn it. I probably might just take this part off because I don't think I even need it. But I guess it doesn't hurt to be on it either. Okay. So the market rejected from that 510 area. We was looking at 510, 520 this morning. Apparently, they rejected at 510 at the start of the session. So 23, 575, 23, 595, 23. Oh, no, I had it right. Or, no, I had it right. 15, 255, and 235. Okay. So these are the ranges that I'm going to be paying attention to going into tomorrow's session. So if we do see price breakout tonight, I'll be looking at the bears to come back in around 575 to about 595. If we see a breakout from this range, then I'll be looking for an area around 635 to about 655. If we see a move down, I'll be looking at an area between 335 and 315 for a bounce. And if we get a break through that, then I'll be looking at 255 and 235. Those are the areas that I'll be looking for. Come on, gold. Don't do that to me. You were so close to hitting my target up there. 3 points away. Okay. Hey, what's up, Tony? Yeah, I was profitable in this gold trade for like 2 seconds. It was about 3 points away from my target, and then it just crapped out right here. Just freaking crapped out. Hopefully, I don't get stopped out of this one. Hopefully, I do not get stopped out of this one. Because it was so close to hitting my target, man. That was so close. And with all this bullishness, I'm surprised the bears even came in. Because they just shot through this. They took out that high from yesterday. So they took out yesterday's high. Mm. Mm. This is what I'll do. I'll put my stop underneath R3 a little bit. I'll just add a little bit to my risk. I just want it to be under R3. I'll take the extra bit of drawdown here. I just don't want to get ticked out of this position. But I saw something in the Top Step forum that just brought me back to the old days. It wasn't something that I would do, but I understand where the energy is coming from because that was the prop firm game. You risk more. I mean, a lot of people get on the internet and talk about their R's, but in reality, sometimes the R's is skewed to the market's favor. And if you try to be cute with your entries and your stops, you can kind of find yourself on the wrong side of the market sometimes. So I can understand it. But this guy, he was risking 21 or $22,000 to make 1,500. I never, well, I can't say never. That was so mind blowing. I had to make sure that I was seeing his risk to reward correctly. Why the hell are you I mean, obviously there is no prop account that's going to allow you to risk $21,000, but it was just a simple fact that was his risk parameters. He was risking $21,000 to make 1,500. I thought that was like the craziest thing to see. I laughed at it because it was funny. It was hilarious because he was on the ES and it rejected right here at the orb low coming into this session, or not the orb low, but this little high right here, it rejected, and he went long again. He reset his account and went long, but I'm pretty sure he didn't take profits. And so if he holds on to it again, he'll probably have to reset the account again. And it like I said, it brought me back to the Apex days where it's like, yeah, if the account dies, it dies. But if I'm right, we can pass the account. You know what, Alfred? You want me to tell you something? Me and Smith had that same conversation. He said that he was going to buy a couple of Apex accounts because of the 90% deal that they're running right now. He said that he's going to trade micros. And I followed up with, yeah, until you accidentally trade in minis. Because we all know that us Nasdaq traders, for some reason, we start off in micros and we accidentally take trades with minis. How is that possible? We all do that. We accidentally take them mini trades when we're supposed to be only trading in micros. And it's just hilarious that you accidentally made $4,100 in minis tonight. And me and Smith had that conversation, I believe, on Friday or Saturday or something like that. So I find that hilarious. I really find that hilarious. Well, at least you kept your promise with gold. He said that she comes back to my break even. Oh, that's hilarious. You know, gold doesn't respond to none of that. I mean, I think this is a good long on gold. I think so too. I just hate the fact that I had to pull all the way back to my break even instead of just actually just hitting that target and just rejecting. That would have been better, but if I can get this target hit, I'll be happy about that. But I guess we have to complain about what gold does after we successfully get our targets filled. I'm still waiting on this entry on the Nasdaq. They got on that push at 570. Mm. Gold has, I mean, I think gold continues to go up. I think gold continues to go up because gold has been super trending. We got to 78. We got to 78. This fib right here is all-time highs. So if gold does continue to trade lower, we probably might see a bounce. But 571 is that high though? Where's my target? Hmm. Bulls just keep buying this thing. Yo, what is it? Yo, why does people hate gold so much? She's so easy. I mean, once you get past once you get all past all her craziness, I mean, she's a turtle dove. She's a sweetheart. She's a softie underneath all of that. Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, I mean, if you fuck around, gold will allow you to find out, and she will do it mercilessly. She would do it mercilessly. That's why. I mean, that's what you just gotta make sure that you're trading properly, the correct size for your account, and the correct size. I mean, in my opinion, I always say that 18 points, 18 ticks is the perfect stop for gold. But with my trading style, 36 to 45 ticks of risk is what I'm comfortable with. Because if you're patient and actually wait for the correct spot to get into, you can see that gold is perfect. Gold is perfect with the with the injuries, with her levels. She's perfect. She only has these small little swipes of liquidity, but I mean, like, this is a great example right here of a pullback to the value area high. She pulls back to it. I mean, shit, she missed it here, and she continues to go up. You just can't trade gold like she's the Nasdaq. I like to have pullback entries. I don't like to wait for the perfect entries. I just kind of want to get in at an area where I believe gold will react. And if I take a small bit of drawdown, then that's fine. That's why I have a big stop. But if I'm more patient with gold, I really don't need it. But anybody got time for that, especially when the market's moving. Especially when the market's moving. Well, how many contracts do you trade with gold, Alfred? I think that's because I guess this whole time I assume that you probably traded maybe 1 to 3 minis on gold, maybe. That would be my assumption. But how many contracts are you trading? Oh, that's only one contract. It's one contract plus one. That's not even bad for gold. That's not bad. 90 ticks on one contracts on 11 contracts. I mean, that's almost all you need. And the only reason why I switched to micros and downsized when trading gold was because of the risk to reward was always bothering me. All I needed was 45 ticks, but I wasn't comfortable trading with a 23 tick stop with the mini. So I would go 1 to 1 on all trades. And I just wasn't comfortable with that because either I would make or lose $450. And the risk to reward, I would have to be perfect. And I know I'm going to mess up at least one trade with gold. I mean, at least one of them. I mean, I don't have to. I mean, if I'm patient, understand what direction the market wants to trade in, I mean, you really shouldn't lose with gold. But I mean, losses happen. And I just didn't like the idea that I could potentially lose $450. So I downsized to micros so I can have that nice risk to reward in my favor. I'll look for 90 ticks and I can risk 45 ticks and still make the money that I need to stay consistent in these accounts. So you say you made the mistake when you added when it pushed down? Yeah. If gold is breaking structure, that means that there's something wrong. If gold is breaking structure, gold is not a instrument where you DCA. Gold is an instrument where you try to get in as much as possible around the lows and you write it out. It's hard to add into gold. It really is. Like, okay, so as an example, if you were to get in, let me see if I probably won't be able to see that. This is the challenge with gold because if you were able to get in close to around this high, getting in, this would be where you would add to the position right there on a pullback. But if that pullback does not happen, then you don't. It's very dangerous to add to gold. It's dangerous. Depending on your trading style, that's dangerous trying to get into gold as it's already moving in that direction because gold does that. And it's always just better to try to get in as much of your position at the start of the move. And when it goes in your direction, if you get some of your targets hit and you want to add to the position, just wait for a pullback back into a previous area of support or resistance and then add to the position. That's what I found to be the most effective with gold. But like I said, I'm only looking for 90 ticks. I'm not trying to be cute with gold. I'm just looking for my 90 ticks and that's it. 90 ticks on gold is a repeatable thing. It's easy to get. Even if the market is ranging, it will at least range 90 ticks. So that's all I look for on gold. I'm not trying to be cute with gold. Even though I can be. I have good enough entries to where if I choose to trade heavy size, then not, or probably like 7 out of 10 times, I would be profitable. But it's just those 3 times because if I'm trading heavy size, that means that either I have to reduce my risk or accept that big loss. 45 ticks. That's a lot when you're heavy. 45 ticks is a lot. If I'm going to trade heavy size on gold, I'll probably go down to 18 ticks. But I don't think my ego can handle getting stopped out and getting chopped out. Actually, I know my ego can't handle that. It just can't. It can't. Those traders that can just take multiple small losses and get it all back with a big win. Yeah, by the second time that shit happen, I'll be on tilt. So, because I know that about myself, I don't even do that shit. I would super be on tilt. Hopefully, there's not a trend line right here. Hopefully, there's not a trend line right here. Hopefully. Hopefully, we don't get a big red candle somewhere right there. Because that would kind of solidify that, okay, the market, the bulls are done. The bears are, or at least the bulls are taking profits. If we can kind of break above that high, I mean, honestly, as long as it hits 73.9, that's all I care about. It can do anything it wants after that. As long as it hits my damn target. I don't care what the hell it does after that. Yeah. Well, like I said, K Trader, and if I'm wrong on this, well, if I didn't readjust my stop, I would only lose $315, which is not bad. I'm not losing 3K or 500 or anything. With my 4 contract position, I'm only losing $180 per trade. And I'm making three, actually, yeah, I'm losing 180 and I make 360. If I add one more contract to that, it will get to that 450 target, but I'm just going to keep it under 4 in those Tradeify accounts. In the Apex account, I'm going to trade the 7 contracts. And I'm okay with the $300 loss because I mean, I got $7,500 of drawdown. And with gold, either if it's, yeah, and there'll probably be some situations where, actually, with gold, I don't think it's, if I'm in a good spot, then I shouldn't worry. I don't have to worry about the trailing drawdown because if gold is not going to go and touch my target, if I'm wrong, gold is going to tell me I'm wrong immediately. It's going to stop me out. But if gold is finding support and trading in my direction, I mean, I guess there'll probably be maybe 1 or 2 times where it may miss my target in reverse, but 8 times, 7 times out of 10 is going to hit my target. So, I mean, I'm not worried about gold in terms of with this trailing drawdown. But my concern right now in this trade is that we could potentially see a trend right there. And look at that. Look at the bears already trying to sell that right there. Look at that. They're already trying to sell that. So I'm going to remove this trend line because I don't want to encourage. I don't want to think about this. I want to just focus on getting this win. Now, if we get a rejection and it stops me out, then I'll say fine and draw the trend line. But I'm just going to pretend like that trend line didn't present itself to me. I'm just going to focus on price hitting my target here. All right, so I got about 15 more points. We'll see if I can get filled here at S4. Yeah, that's a perfect entry right there. No, no. A 1-to-1 would just a 1-to-1 would hurt my feelings. I mean, if it wasn't for how I feel about 1-to-1s, I would actually only trade gold minis. I just hate the idea that if I make a mistake, I lose $450 or however my one is. I would hate that. So I can recover from a small loss without deviating from the plan and trading on tilt. But if I take a big loss, then my focus shift from following and trading my plan to trying to get my money back as fast as possible. And doing whatever it takes to get my money back as fast as possible. Well, we're back in this with gold. We're back in it. So let's see if we can actually get a pop back up here with gold. Yeah, that's with the Nasdaq. I have a one. Actually, let's actually do the math on this. Let's actually do the math because honestly, I don't know. But all right, so my first target is a 1 to 2. But I'm thinking about maybe reducing my risk down to 18 points. I'm thinking about it because yeah, I'm thinking about reducing it down to 18 points and see how that looks like. And if I have an 18-point stop, that means I can reduce my first target down to about 36 points. But I probably would actually have it. I'll probably go back to the 40. So I probably might. A 1 to 3. I'll test it out. I'll test it out. I'm gonna probably test it out. But if I were to get all these targets hit, my first target is a 1 to 2. My next target, so this is probably like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4. Yeah, like a 1 to 4. If I can get all of my targets hit on this. But I'm gonna start reducing my risk because I would say 27 points. I mean it's that's a reasonable stop. But if I can kind of get better with my entries, then hmm. So I guess this is what I'll do. Hmm. Yeah, my ego does not. And the crazy thing is, I used to trade with the 18-point stop that used to always work. I only adjusted my risk and because the market would go like 12 or 13 points against me, 16 points against me, and it would only almost hit my stop. So I just added the 9 extra points and just always kept it 27 when it was originally 18. But I want to go back to trading with an 18-point stop. But I have to think about if I go back to an 18-point stop with 14 contracts or with 4 contracts, I mean, that's a $144 loss. Well, yeah, 234, 144. So, I mean, I would save $90 per trade. Mm, mm. We'll see. Because I don't want to be in too much drawdown anymore. I guess to move forward, I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm gonna have to just do a test run with this, I guess. Do a test run with it. All right, so we'll test out that strategy with a reduced stop. Because, like I said, I don't want to risk that much points. I just want to be stopped out if I'm wrong, and I can just get a re-entry somewhere. We'll test that out. Actually, if we're gonna be cute about it. All right, so a 90 tick stop, a 1-to-1. Okay, 1-to-2 is the first target. Okay. Okay. Hey, get out my ATM strategies, man. Get out of my ATM strategies. You know I love her. Okay. And then the add-on. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So we'll use this as a test run. We'll see how many times we get stopped out on this one. And then we'll use that add-on trade. Gold, don't do it. Please. No, don't do it, gold. Mm, okay. Looks like I'm forced to draw the trend line. Okay. So, I mean, I guess if the Bulls can kind of, there it goes. Ah, shit. Well, I mean, what the hell? I mean, gold, what the hell? All this bearishness coming from. And this is another reason why I enjoy gold. I mean, look how perfectly this chart geometry just lines up. I mean, I saw the trend line forming way before the price is even confirming. And the reason why I can confidently do that is because gold does this perfectly. Trading against structure on gold is asking to get your account liquidated. It just everything lines up perfectly. So in this situation, I have to see if the bulls are going to push it above the trend line and find support. Because if we see a rejection here, well, I'm going to get stopped out, or it's highly likely that I will. I mean, unless they come back and they hold this right here on gold. Mind you, I already took a gold long that was profitable. This is a follow-up trade. Actually, this is my third trade with gold, actually. So I had two winners trading it long. I traded the pullback, trying to get a third winner here, but hopefully I didn't bite off too much. Hmm. That's blasphemous, Alfred. Yeah, I hope so, K Trader. I hope so. Hopefully this thing holds. But that's blasphemous. Taking profits before price hits your TP is blasphemous. Only blasphemers what is it? Am I saying it right? Blasphemers. blasphemers. If I'm saying the word right, it doesn't sound like I'm saying it right, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. It's pure blasphemy. Those at the house of taking profits does that. Yeah, their accounts grows, but so does their regret when they see price continue to go in the direction and hits their target. Yeah, I mean that's the motto over there at the house of taking profits. Live to trade another day. And you know why you have to say that? Because it helps with the pain. It's like, man, if I just held out and held for my target, I'll be able to feel that BDE energy. But unfortunately, because I didn't hold for my target, I get paid, but I don't get to feel the glorious energy of BDE. So only when price hits your target do you feel the BDE energy. Vindication. Uh, You damn right, yo, market money. You speaking my language. Damn it, you speaking my language. If I can hold a loser, I can damn sure hold a winner. You damn right. Speaking the language, the lingo. That's what we're talking about. See, we have another member at the house of taking profits. Or my bad, the house of getting our targets hit. Y'all can take profits. We want our targets, damn it. Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, it happens, man. It happens. Yeah. It reverses against me sometimes. I get it. But I know if I get into the habit of taking profits, then shit, I'm not going to ever feel BDE energy ever again, especially when it goes and it hits my target. And I couldn't hold it. Okay. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong. And I just want to break even. Gold, I just want to break even. Well, if the Bulls can kind of hold this, I mean, if it breaks this low right here, then if it breaks it and holds underneath this low, I'm gonna have to accept that my stop is probably gonna get hit here. I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that my stop is gonna actually, you know what? Now that I'm actually looking at this, this was a 10-point move right here. This was a 10-point move. So if if price stays above this little low right here, if price doesn't break that low, it should be good. But if we see a big red candle here, past that low, and then they use it, then yeah, I'll get stopped out. The trend line wins again. That stupid trend line. Damn it. She's not in queue. Yeah, I'm gonna be in drawdown. I'll be quiet. When I'm back above a break even, I'll talk again. Hopefully, hopefully I can get this Nasdaq entry filled here. Hopefully, I'll be talking again when price is back above break even. I'll be talking again. If yeah, yeah. Okay, so I mean, as long as it's holding this low, as long as it's holding it, there's hope. Even though hope is not a term that gold recognizes. Gold doesn't give you hope. She only gives out despair. That's the only thing she gives out is despair. She doesn't give out hope. Mm. You said hope is a bad strategy you're hearing from the market veterans. Well, shit. I would say without hope, what's the point of trading? I feel like hope is what makes trading enjoyable when you hope that it does something that you want it to do. Like I hope it comes back to my break even. I hope that it stays above my break even when it gets back there and doesn't reject. I hope that uh it doesn't come back and stop me out and hit my target. Those hopes can turn to fear though, for sure. That's what makes trading exciting. That's what gets the blood flowing, the juices flowing. Yeah, I mean it's looking like they're rejecting off this stupid trend line here. And it looks like the bulls are struggling. Or at least the late bulls are struggling. Well, I guess I took too many trades. So, like I said, I took this trade. I got back in at the breakout. And then when it pulled back, I was trying to get one more trade in. And I guess gold was like, nah, you being too greedy, my guy. We're going to need to take one of them wins back. Man, with all this bullishness, I figured that they was going to at least reattempt to take out that high at least. And then it started to trend down. That's so interesting. So if we get a trend and then we get a break of structure down, I'm definitely going to get stopped out here because this will be the market trending down, and then it's going to break structure. So that's a double negative for bulls. So all right, man, I'm just gonna have to accept that this could be a loser here, unfortunately. But if price can push back up and get a strong close back above that trend line, then I should be good. I just hate the fact in this trade that I was about 2 points away from getting my target hit, and then it just craps out on me. The trade just craps out on me. That's the only thing that's disappointing about this trade because I was up originally, and this winner might turn into a loser. I guess I could just look for just in case if we do see the market. We do see the market crap out here. I guess I could look for a follow up trade. Mm. Well, I guess we'll see. All right. So, either two things are going to happen here. One or two things is going to happen here. Either we're going to get a strong green candle closing above that trend line, and then hopefully we can get price to take out our price to take out our target here. Or these rainbow bears are going to reject it at this trend line, and we'll see the opposite. I'll give gold some privacy, I guess. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, Gold. I was wrong. Oh shit. Uh, hmm, hmm. Hmm. Mm. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it that way. I guess I'll keep it that way. I mean, I guess if I reduce it to 3 contracts. Hmm. Hmm. 44 opportunities. 11 more opportunities. Mm. Oof. Think it's the what? Mm. 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 Well, mm. 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 Well, gold, don't do that. Don't do that, gold. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Mm, okay. All right. Don't do that, Gold. Mm, okay. Well, mm, mm, that's interesting. I ain't asked for that. Not a good start for the first day of the best month of the year, September. Good start. Lackluster. Mm, okay. Mm, damn. All right. So between 8:50 and 10:13, the MNQ, the Nasdaq closed above the opening range high, then traded 23 points to the upside before pulling back to the opening range high where price found support. At 11:23, the Nasdaq closed above the opening range high, then traded 22 points to the upside going into the close of the session. So today was definitely a lackluster day. If you only traded the orb this morning, 23 points was all that she offered today. And mind you, we started off the session with 17,000 contracts in the first 15 minutes. So if that wasn't a sign that we was going to see some chop, I don't know what would be. So 850 initial break happened at 1013. Successful break of structure happened at 1013. It broke high. Reaction. It was a break and retest, wasn't it? Yeah, so it was a break, and then it was a couple of retests. So there was a dirty break and retest. Dirty break and retest. If it chops, so if we get a dirty break of structure or we get a dirty break and retest, what that's referring to is we're getting a lot of chop. Like it breaks out, but we're getting a lot of chop before it finally breaks out because it's trying to build the liquidity for that breakout. Because I mean, again, we only had 17,000 contracts in the first 15 minutes, so the market was definitely hurting for liquidity. We had a 23-point move. The full move was 23 points. So damn, gold is like that. It's fine. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna revenge trade off of it or nothing. I'll just accept that it found a way to stop me out here, and yeah, I'll just accept it. I'm not gonna fight gold. If it goes down and hits my entry right there, then that's cool. But hmm, hmm. Zerman. So with NinjaTrader, I have a market analyzer that tells me how many contracts are being traded at a time. So right now, the Nasdaq is trading with 422,000 contracts, which is actually a lot of volume for the Asia session. Usually, the session starts around like 40, 50 contracts at most, but that's a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume from the ES as well and gold. So uh, we definitely have a lot of volume, and we're getting that so we're getting the 17 contracts is because at the start of the opening range at 8:30 Central Time, there was only, where is it at? Okay, so the session started at 200, roughly around 238,000 contracts, and at the 15-minute mark, there was roughly 255,000 contracts being traded. So the difference is 17,000 contracts. Hopefully that helps. Yeah. Or so I wouldn't be. My assumption would be yes. That would be my assumption. What I'm looking for is just how many contracts is added in the first 15 minutes are being traded, because we know that executions are on both sides. if you buy and sell for whatever reason, the system likes to count that as two contracts because technically it is two contracts, technically, even though it's just one. You're just buying and selling the same contract, but for whatever reason, these systems like to count that as two. So roughly around 17,000 contracts the first 15 minutes. And that's obviously well below the average because we usually get at least 100,000 starting off in the first 15 minutes. Sometimes we do see price open below that 100,000 mark, and that's usually when we have choppy days. We don't get big moves on the orbs. You can see that it's like 40, 40. But once we get into that 100,000 range, we start to see these bigger moves in the market. So that's definitely an indicator for sure. But all right, guys, that's it for me. I still got that. I still have a limit down here on gold. Hopefully, gold will fill this limit for me, and the Nasdaq will fill this limit for me too. Hopefully, I'm gonna just leave these running overnight. Actually, let me just answer this question real quick. It says, "Good to know if there's a higher." Yeah, that's actually the idea. That's why I actually started capturing this data, so I can have an idea of what to expect. But the market has proven itself to grind on low volume. It's just going to chop to generate that volume. So, uh, so what I can assume is if we start with over 100,000 contracts added in the first 15 minutes, then the move should be a lot smoother. If we don't, then I should assume that if we do manage to make a big move away from the opening range, then it's going to most likely be a choppy move. It's going to grind. It's going to use the opposite side of the market to generate the liquidity that it needs to move. So that would be my assumption. Hopefully that helps. But all right, guys, that's it. We'll definitely be back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.